Hello, good day everyone. My name is Tarun Palani. I'm honored to walk through Chapter 5 from Fundamental of Business Process Management by Jumas Ichayor. Today's session is about process discovery, a critical yet often underestimated phase of BPM lifecycle. This chapter outlines how we undercover, document, and represent what truly happens within the organization workflows. From identifying key roles and tackling discovery challenges to employing structured methods and creating validate models of our goals is to build a solid understanding of how process discovery lays the foundation of information for business transformation. Now coming to slide 1, what is process discovery? Process discovery is the methodological act of uncovering and documenting how business process is executed in reality. Unlike theoretical process founder, these manuals or SOPs real world operations often evolve organically shaped by employee improvisation, constraints, and expectations. Discovery bridges the gap between assumptions and practice. By revealing the current state, it provides is the baseline for process analysis, improvement, redesign for automation. In BPM lifecycle, it follows process identification and directly feeds into process analysis. Now coming to slide 3, key roles in process discovery. Two core roles contribute the process discovery, the process analyst and the domain expert. The process analysts bring technical expertise in modeling and notation, turning inputs into structured diagrams. Where coming to domain expert, on the other hand, hold the lived experience of running the process. They know what works, what doesn't, and why deviations occur. Collaboration between these two roles is very crucial. In large settings, additional contributes like IT system owners, compliance officers, as well as customer services staff enrich the model with cross-functional insights. Now coming to slide 4, challenges in process discovery. Process discovery, well, essential is riddled with challenges. The first is fragmented knowledge. No signal person understand the entire process from an end to end. Second, availability constraints make it difficult to engage key stakeholders for interviews or workshops. Third, Third, there is an often conflict versions of how the process works. For example, the procurement team might follow one approach while accounts payable follows the another one. Analysts must navigate these inconsistencies, often reconciling diverging workflows into a single model that reflects major variance. Now coming to slide 5. Methods of process discovery. Three primary methods are used for process discovery. One is evidence-based, leveraging logs and as well as digital data. Coming to second one, interview-based, one-on-one sessions to uncover workflows. Now we'll go to third one, workshop based. Group sessions to map and align understanding each method has trade-offs. For example, evidence based is data enriched but lacks narrative context. Interviews goes insights but depend on individual recall. Workshops balance both but require facilitation. Selecting the appropriate method or hybrid approach depends on the project's goals, available data, as well as time and stakeholder accessibility. Now coming to slide 6, evidence-based discovery. This method uses hard data for information systems like audit trails, system logs, emails, or ERP records to reconstruct processes. The technique is most commonly applied through process mining, which uses event logs to visualize actual process flows. Its benefits include objectivity, automation, and the ability to uncover hidden patterns. However, it is limited by the scope of what time the system records. It may miss exceptions, informal steps, or decision made offline. Hence, it is often best when combined with human-centered methods. Now coming to slide 7, interview-based discovery. Interview-based discovery involves conducting structured or semi-structured interviews with stakeholders. These sessions can explore the what, how, and why of a task. They help uncover undocumented workarounds, policies, or decision points. The richness of these methods lies in ability to capture tactic knowledge that is hard to codify but essentially to how work gets done. However, this method requires skilled facilitators in time intensive and subject to memory base or stakeholder framing. Now coming to slide 8, workshop based discovery. Workshops are collaborative sessions that bring stakeholders together, often in a same room or virtually, to construct the process models. These sessions utilize visual aids like brown paper models, sticky notes, or live BPMN models on a screen. These methods is powerful in building conscience, resolving differences, and fostering shared understanding. It allows for immediate clarification and creates a sense of ownership among participants. The downsides workshop requires careful planning, clear facilitation, and full representation from all key stakeholders. Now coming to slide 9, comparing between the discovering methods. Here's are the quick comparative summary. Evidence-based, high accuracy, fast, low management. And interview-based, rich detail, slow, as well as medium engagement. Workshop based, balanced insight, medium time, and high engagement. Many organizations blend methods, for example, beginning with a system logs to outline the process, then conducting interviews to enrich and validate the model, and finally using the workshops to resolve the gaps and the finalizing structure. Now coming to slide 10, process modeling method overview. Once discovery data is collected, it translated into formal process models. Chuma's HLR outline a step 5 modeling, identify process boundaries, identify activities and events, identify resource and handoffs, define control flow, and add supporting elements like data, documents, and expectations. This structured approach ensures comprehensive and logically coherent models that are useful for our future analysis and redesign. Now coming to slide 11. Identify process boundaries. Start by scoping the process. Determine the exact trigger that initiates the process and the condition that marks it ends. For instance, does the requirement starts when a job is posted or when vacancy is identified? Does it ending with the hiring or onboarding? Setting these boundaries ensure clarity, avoids scope creeps, and helps downstream users interpret models' purpose. Now coming to step 12. Slide 12 and step 2 identifies activity events. Activities are tasks like screen resume, issue PO, or ship item. Events are things that happen like order received or inconvenience overdue. Capturing both ensures we define not only what is done but also what transitions occurs. BPMN model offers symbols to distinguish between start events, intermediate events, and end events, making models more clearer, more structured. Now coming to slide 13, step 3, resource and handoffs. Next, determine who performs each task. It could be a person, a department, or an IT system. Also identifies handoffs when tasks move from one actor to another. These points are often bottlenecks or failure points in the processes. Mapping actors and their responsibilities helps identify inefficiencies like duplicate roles, excessive approval layers, or unclear accountability. Now coming to slide 14, step 4, control flow. Control flow governs the logic of how tasks are sequenced. It captures linear sequences branches, example decision points, loops, rework cycles, and parallel tasks, things that happen concurrently. BPMN uses gateways and or XOR gates to manage flow control. Getting this is a right key to process simulation and automation planning. Now coming to slide 15. Step 5. Additional elements. Finally enrich the model by adding elements that affect or support the processes. What documents, forms, contracts, like that. Example, IT systems, example ERP, CRM, data inputs and outputs, business rules and exceptions. These addition make the model useful not only for the documentation but also for the system design, compliance, audits, and employee training. Now we'll go to slide 16. Process model quality assurance. A model's utility depends on its quality. Dumas et al. Define three key dimensions. One is synthetic quality. Does the model use correct BPM syntax or not? And second one is semantic quality. Does it truthfully represent the actual process or not? Coming to third one, pragmatic quality. Is it understandable and usable by its audience or not? Maintaining balance across these dimensions ensures the models is both technically valid as well as practically relevant. Now coming to slide 17, quality techniques and guidelines. To assume model quality, the following techniques are recommended. Verification, check for logical errors or synthetic flaws. Now coming for validation, review with stakeholders to confirm real world accuracy. The last one is certification. Ensure compliance with the standard or policies. Additionally, the 7 PMG guidelines suggest best practices like using a single entry exit point, minimizing gateways, and avoiding spaghetti like complexity. These principles improve model readability and maintainability. Now coming to slide 18, summary of chapter 5. Process discovery is a more than just drawing diagrams. It's about uncovering the truth of how organizations operates them. It blends people, data, and structured methods to create representations that drive analysis, automation, and transformation. This chapter gives us clear path, know who to involve, which method to choose, how model what or we find in a way that is accurate, actionable, and aligned with organizational goals. Now coming to slide 19, where I have been used like references. All insights in the presentation are derived from Juma's M. Laws, Mendling, and Rizzo's H. 2018, Fundamentals of Business Process Management, second edition, Springer. Now coming to last slide. Thank you. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope this session provided you with a comprehensive understanding of process discovery. Please free to reach out with questions or if you would have a walkthrough of a real example. I will also be sharing a link to the video recording of my presentation very soon. Thank you.